Guys, let's just kid from ClimaxCombo here, back with another deck profile. This time featuring Kasumi, the girl, the deck everyone's been asking for, but not really. But anyways, this is just more of a fun deck. Just kind of cards I've left over, put them together, and here we go. And this was kind of the only way I can imagine this level 3 Kasumi working out. This deck is yellow-red, essentially, and features Choice combo with the level 3 Kasumi and the 1-0 Gate combo from the new set. But yeah, like always, guys, we'll just kind of go over the deck. Go over all the cards, some general tips on how to play the deck, and some final thoughts about the deck itself. Not much alternatives to this build, honestly. At least not that I can really think of. So first off, we got 4 of these 0-0 Arenas from the first set. Really good card now with the addition of the second set. 1500 power, 2 effects. First one, it's a 500 global for all other music characters. Second effect, you got pay 1, clock yourself, put her to rest. If you do, search your deck for a character with a recollection ability and add it to your hand. It must have the recollection text on it, and there's a very specific card we're looking for with this. So we'll go over that later. Next up, we got 4 of these 0-0 Kasumines from the first set. 1k power, 3 effects. First effect, when she gets reversed in battle, if you have 2 or less in memory, you can send her to memory. Second effect, when she's on stage, you can discard a card, send her to memory along with it. If you do, salvage a character. Third effect, when she is in memory, all of these Kasumines in your hand gain the name of all Kasumines. So essentially, this Kasumine, if you have 1 copy of her in memory, all the ones in your hand can resonate with all Kasumines. Which is important because that's a key theme of Kasumi, and of course, works with level 3. So 4 of those. Next up, we got the best Brainstorming Niji, the 0-0 Cherry Berry Ayumu, 1500 power. 2 effects. First effect, pay 1, rest, mill 4, salvage Brainstorm. Second effect, when you play Climax, check top 2, and you can rearrange it. Honestly, just a really good card. Next up, 3 of the Setsunas from the new set. Pretty funny card. 500 power. 2 effects. When she gets reversed in battle, you can reveal the top card of your deck, and she becomes a suicider of that level or lower, equal to the level of the card you revealed. So when she gets reversed, if you reveal a level 3 off the top of your deck, she becomes a level 3 or lower suicider, and she's always a level 0 suicider. So this card is actually pretty cool. Also, when she's sent from stage to waiting room, you can choose, if you have 2 or less in memory, you can choose one of these level 3 Setsunas in your waiting room and send it to memory. And we'll go over what this Setsuna does later. Next up, 2 of these Ayumus from the new set. 500 power, 2 effects. First off, it's a 500 front assist. Second effect, you can pay 1, send her from stage to memory. If you do, check top 3, choose a music character amongst them, add it to your hand, send the rest to waiting room. Just really here just to have something in recollection, because you need to have something in memory by level 1. Next up, 3 of these Setsunas from the new set. 0-0 1500 power. 2 effects, when she's played from hand to stage, if you control another music character, she gets plus 2k. Second effect, when she's sent from stage to waiting room, you can pay 1, choose a music character in your waiting room, put it to your bottom clock. If you do, reveal top 2 cards and add all music characters. You can add as much music characters amongst those 2 to your hand. So if you hit 2 music characters, you get both of them. So a really good card. Next up, 1 spicy tech cutting from the old set. 0-0 500 power. 2 effects, you can tap her to give something plus 500 power. However, mainly here for the first effect. All your music characters gain the following effect of when they battle an opponent's character. If they have 2k power or more over the opponent character, your opponent can't back up. So honestly, a really cool, interesting card, but kind of integral to this set because this build's kind of all in. And that's it for level 0. I believe that's 20, 4, 8, 11, 14, 15, 16, 19, 20. That is it for the zeros. And the level 1, probably the best part about this build, features 4 of these 1-0 eyes. Kind of underestimated them at first, but now that I'm playing with it, it's actually really good. Generally, the prime recollection target for the 0-0 Arenas we talked about. 1-0, 3-5, 1 soul. Really nice. Two effects. She has recollection. If you have a character, if you have one character in memory, she gets the following effect of she gets plus 2,500 power for each other copy of her in the front row. So by herself and one character in memory, she's just base. But with another homie, with another version of her, she gets plus 2/5, so she's 6k base. And if you have a full field of her, she's 8/5 costless, which is really good. And if that wasn't good enough, she combos with, let me get the triple R version. The gate. So when you play the gate, you check top card of your library, and you can add a music character from it to your hand. So pretty much reveal top is the music added to your hand. If it's not a music character, you can send it to the waiting room, and she gains the following effect until the end of the turn. On attack, you can pay 1 to get 2 trigger checks for that battle. So, I love trigger checking, or 2 trigger checks. So this card is just really good. Big body, plus combo. Not the most reliable, but still really good. And twin drive. What's not to love? Of course, if you're running twin driving eyes, you gotta run the 1/0 eye from the first set. Everyone's favorite assist, plus 1 soul trigger as well. Makes it all that much more juicy. 3 effects, 500 front assist. Second effect, you can put her from stand to rest to give something else 500 power. And it's kind of like a 1k assist almost. Last effect, the best part, whenever one of your characters trigger a soul icon, give one of your characters plus 2k for the turn. So gets really nutty with the twin driving of eyes. Next up, 1/1 Kasumi, just 1 4/5 power. She's a level assist in front for music characters. Second effect, you can pay 1, put her to rest, resonate with herself. If you do, check top 3, add a music character amongst them to your hand, send the rest to waiting room. Of course, we want run. Just run 1. Of course, the main resonator is the 0/0 Kasumi. Last up, 2 1/0 Kanata's 2k power. She's a 1k backup, but when you use the backup, you can give another music character or the same music character plus 1k power for the turn. So essentially a 1/0 2k backup. And that's it for level 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next up for the level 2s, we got 1 Nina, 2/1, 2/5, pretty standard. It's a pay 1, 3k backup. Second effect, when you use the backup, if the opponent character gets reversed by it, send it to memory. So pretty standard. Your set got it. You might as well run 1. Really can mess with some game enders. On to level 3. We got a few early drops here with level 3 I from the first set. Pretty much this card. If you have 4 or more other music characters on your stage, she loses 1 level in your hand, so she can come out level 2. Second effect, during your turn, she gets plus 2k, so she's 11k base only on your turn. Last effect, when she play from hand to stage, you can discard a card. If you do, stock heal. Honestly, not that good, but I mean, this is kind of like still the only stock healer Niji has. And the conditions for it to come out is easy enough, so just run 2 of these. Next up, these Shizukus from the first set. Honestly, a really good card, and it's just a rare too, which is kind of crazy. 3 effects. When you have 2 or less climaxes in your waiting room, she loses 1 level, so she can come out level 2. Second effect, if you have 2 or more music characters, she gets plus 2k, so she's 11k base. Last effect, when on the turn she's played from hand to stage, she gains the following effect of the character in front of her loses 2 soul, and she has that pretty much for 1 whole turn. So when your opponent goes, they front her, they are going to lose 2 soul. So really good card, keeps you alive that much longer, which is, I feel like, so important in Weiß Schwarz nowadays, especially at level 2. You kind of, the game ending is so scary at 3. I feel like the longer you can stay at 2 is good, helps you build more resources and whatnot. And this deck needs a lot of time to build up the right amount of resources for the game end. So 3 of these Shizukus. Next up, we got 2 of the level 3 Setsunas from the new set. This is the card that gets into memory from the level 0 Setsuna as well. Pretty interesting card. First effect, when she's played from stage, from hand, or from memory, she gets all your characters plus 3k for the turn. Second effect, when she gets reversed in battle, you can send her to memory. Last effect, at the beginning of your climax phase, if you're at level 3, you can pay cost, which is discard 2 cards. If you do, place her from memory to stage. So 2 of those. Pretty interesting card. Next up, one level 3 eye, because why not? Cute card as well. 2 effects. First effect, when she's played from hand to stage, you can pay 1 to salvage a climax. Second effect, she combos with the gate, the same gate that combos with the 1-0 eye. So it's like, why not just run it if you're running the 1-0 eyes? When you play the gate, she gains the following effect until the end of the turn of if her attack triggers a soul icon or this gate, this specific gate, your opponent takes 3 damage. Oh, and she also gets plus 15 injury power. So, of course, not the greatest climax combo, but I mean, we're just running 1 as a backup plan. And her other effect's good. On play, pay 1 to salvage climax. Overall, it's a good card. Just because it combos with the 1-0. And lastly, the whole reason of this build, you got 4 of these Kasumines. 10k, 2 effects. When it's placed from hand to stage, heal. Second effect, combos with the choice. Oops, that's not choice. Combos with the choice. When you play the choice, you can pay cost and resonate. So, you play the choice, you resonate with herself, and then you pay 1, discard a music character. If you do, and she is in your front row, all your other music characters gain the following effect of when your opponent, when their attack is, when the damage they deal is canceled, they burn 2. And only your other characters get it. So Kasumi herself doesn't get it. And you gotta pay 1, discard a card, and you gotta resonate with herself. So it's a whole lot for not that good of a reward. But we do it for Kasumi. And lastly, of course, who would have guessed? 4 choice and 4 gate for the climax lineup. Alrighty, so on to some general tips how to play the deck. Honestly, as we see, the Kasumi requires a lot of resources to pop off. You gotta have the climax, discard a music character, pay a stock at the beginning of your climax phase, so you can't even attack to build stock first. Yeah, so resonate, climax, pay a stock, and you gotta discard specifically a music character. So you're flooded with climaxes, you're kind of boned. So because of that, we gotta build a whole lot of resources throughout the game to get this off. So that is why we run the 1-0 eyes. The idea is you build the Great Wall of Eyes, 8/5 base, gaining you a lot of advantage with the combo, and hopefully your opponent can't run them over. If they can, you got the 2k backup and the 3k backup as backup plans. And that way you can generate enough stock and resources in your hands for the level 3 Kasumi. So that's pretty much what this deck's all about. And, and the level 0 game is kind of focused to help you achieve that. That's why these specific cards are ran. So you can get something in memory by level 0 or by level 1, because remember, she needs to have at least something in memory to gain the plus 2/5 power. So these two, of course, send themselves off to memory, which is really good. The Setsuna will send the level 3 Setsuna from your waiting room to memory, sometimes throughout the game. And this Rina will grab a character with the recollection ability from your deck to your hand. So, of course, level 0, just try to get something in memory and use the level 0 Rina to search out for the eyes. The more eyes you can get, the merrier. So once you're level 1, hopefully you can get 3 of these eyes. If you're playing against a high-powered deck, the 1-0 eye is really good. So you can just run them over. I mean, these are going to be doing 2 trigger checks, essentially. So you're kind of playing the standby Niji deck almost, because 2 trigger checks, giving plus 2k randomly out of nowhere, going to run over a lot of things. And on defense are really strong. So you want to sit on this board state for as long as you can. Honestly, something like this is like good. You could pretty much kill anything. And yeah, this is 500 global, don't forget. So this is like by themselves, these are 8 8 5s, 9k, 9 5s, 10 5s offense, and on top of that, you still got this really strong board state. So that's kind of what you want to do. Level 2, I mean, these are, you just kind of continue this, but you have access to your early drop level 3s. They're just kind of designed to buy you more time, because this is going to give something -2 soul in front, and this is going to stock heal. So it gives you a little more time to build up the resources for level 3 Setsuna, or level 3 Kasumi. And then, of course, level 3 Kasumi, I mean, getting 3 of these Kasumi combos out, I mean, that's honestly, that's not going to happen. If you somehow doing 3 and all the combos going off, you probably already won. So this is more like just 2 Kasumins is pretty much the goal of the end game, but it's still a lot because you need these 2, so you need 4 stock. You need 6 stock at your main phase, because you gotta play the 2, and then when you play the combo, you gotta pay 1 as soon as you play the climax, and you gotta have another 1 in your hand, and you gotta discard 2 cards. So it's a lot of resources, and there's no way you're gonna have 8, 6 stock if you have 3, 7, 8, 9. You're not gonna have 9 stock. So definitely shoot for something like this, 2, and literally 1 other thing, and then just hope you can win with that. Of course, this is very, very susceptible to anti-damage. You don't want to spend all of these resources just to get anti-damage, so that's why we are on one of the cuttings. If you're stronger than them by 2k, and that's pretty easily achievable with the 1-0i and the 3-2 Setsuna, that's why we run these, because the 3-2 Setsuna will give everything 3k power. So if you have the Setsuna and this, they ain't backing up anything. So you gotta, depending on what set you're playing, you gotta focus more on the Setsuna and the Karin, or one or the other, because it just feels bad if you're gonna get backed up after all this effort. So yeah, so that's kind of the main idea of the deck, how to play it. I guess one other cool synergy you can do, well, of course, I mean, the Cherry Berry Ayumu is just a really good card overall, but it has little small synergies in this build. Of course, works really good with the 1-0i and our combo, because the 1-0i, you can play the Climax, check top 2 with the Ayumu first, so you can kind of control what you're grabbing with the 1-0i. So it's a little small synergy there. Also, the synergy between these 2 is pretty good, because you play the Climax, you check top 2. If you see a 0 and a 3 on top, you can put the 0 on top and the 3 underneath it. Crash, reveal the 0, reveal top from her effect. It's a level 3, so you kind of can control what she's suiciding with the Cherry Berry Ayumu and any Climax. So honestly, the Setsuna is just a really cool card. And that's pretty much how I played this deck, level by level. Alright guys, here's one last look at the deck. Final thoughts, like I said in the beginning, this is more of a fun build. No real reason to play this over any other Niji build unless you just really like Kasumi. Like I said, it's a whole lot of work for not that much reward, but it's funny and it's kind of cool when you get it off. Overall, the deck is pretty solid. Like everything from the Shizuku and under is like really solid. And honestly, if you really want to, you can just kind of change the Kasumi into like something else, like even the level 3 Kanata with the pants combo, or like the level 3 Rina from the first set with her own choice combo. You can even consider something like that. So you can take this shell and work with any other level 3 that you want. I just chose the Kasumi because this is kind of the only way I can imagine her working out. I mean, overall, this deck's okay. It's just kind of hard to come back with this build. If you have a bad couple levels, like you take too much damage, or you're just not able to assemble enough of the eyes, it's kind of hard to come back because you're really reliant on having a good board presence with the 1-0 eyes, and you can't really come back and do a lot of damage out of nowhere, because if you're behind and you don't have the proper amount of resources for the Kasumi, you can't really just blow up your opponent out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So this deck gotta, keep up in damage, be equal, and not get pushed too fast for damage. But like I said, guys, more of a fun deck. And that's really all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.